Shalom, shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom, shalom. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to Trumpet's Call. I'm AmarYaH. I pray that you are holding on to faith, amunah, and holding on to hope, YAHUAH, during these times. Thank you for joining me for the continuation of part 1 in our little mini-series within our Sister Chat series. We have a special series called Walking Kadash within our Sister Chat. And this is part 1B of a lesson that we began last week on decluttering our lives. Abba is calling us to prepare to go home. And we must pare down, and get rid of the things from our lives, our homes, our minds, our bodies that are not serving us. We have been heaping up possessions for ourselves and hoarding them in our homes, in storage units, in our cars, in our offices, on our person. We have been hoarding and heaping, and it is time to declutter. It is time to get lean and mean and prepared to leave this place and to go home. And we thank Abba for preparing us for the journey ahead. So in today's lesson, we will continue what we began last week. And we left off talking about the things that we hold on to, why we hold on to clutter. And we were in the process of discussing number 2, why we hold on to clutter. Fear. I might need that. We think to ourselves, I cannot get rid of that thing, that stack of newspapers, that stack of greeting cards or birthday cards, because I might need that. So we're going to talk about that. And today we're going to continue this lesson. And I pray Abba would be with us, guiding us, and that he would grant us all ears to hear so that we might perceive and know what the Ruach is saying until the assembly of Yasharah. Let's get into it for today. Number 2, why we hold on to clutter. Fear. I might need that. This is what we say. I might need that. Listen, you don't understand. One day we could experience a depression and I might need that. So I've got to hold on to that. Once again, the clothes in my closet. I know my closet is too full, but I might need that one day. So I've got to hold on to all of these clothes in my closet because I might need that. Yes, I know it's an old jalopy and it doesn't look good to you right now. It's just an old car, but this was my first car. And one day maybe I'll get it fixed up and I may need it. Something may happen to my car and I may need that car. So I can't get rid of that. I might need that. You know, and this is one of my weaknesses. Jars, glass jars. I might need that, especially the spaghetti jars that come in mason jars. Oh, I had a collection of them in my laundry room, and I would save those jars, and I would say, I might need that. And my son would be like, Mom, do you want me to save this jar too? Yes, save the jar. It's a good jar. Why? We grew up very poor. We used to save jelly jars and pickle jars and glass jars to drink out of, and that stuck, right? So I saved jars, not all of them, just the good ones. Just the good ones. And my laundry room was full of jars. Recently, I put them in the recycle bin. Abba is speaking. He doesn't want us holding on to things that we don't need. He wants us holding on to him. But you say, oh, I might need those jars. I could reuse it. They're reusable. Then recycle them. Old tools. You know, my grandfather gave me these tools and they're good tools. I know, the saw's kind of dull and I don't really have use for it and I really don't need it. And I'm not handy like that, but I have to hold on to it because I might need that. I might. I don't right now, but one day I might. So I have to hold on to it. Some people hold on to old newspapers. I remember this news when it came down the pike. I remember, and I have every newspaper for 30 years in my house. And it's a bit of a collection now. And don't ask me to get rid of it because I might need that. I might need it. I've got to hold on to it. I may move and may need to wrap up dishes. I may need that. So I'm going to hold on to it. Books. Books upon books upon books that I don't read. I may need it. One day, I may need to look something up. One day I may have time to read all these books. I don't have time now. I don't foresee having time, nor do I have the desire to read these books, but I'm going to hold on to them because I might need them one day. Number 3, why do we hold on to clutter? Covetousness. I can't get rid of that. I can't. I just can't get rid of that. How could you even ask me? Let's look up this word covetous before we continue. It is marked by inordinate desire for wealth or possessions or for another's possession. And I don't think we realize, family, that covetousness is not always about somebody else's possessions. Covetousness is about having possessions, period. Yours or someone else's. It's about a desire, an inordinate desire for wealth or possessions, or an inordinate desire for someone else's possessions. Okay? So the desire to want and to want and to want more and more and more, consumerism is covetousness, and it is sin. Number 2, having a craving for a possession. That's covetousness, and it is sin. It's one of the 10. Do not covet. Let's continue. I have these dishes. I've had them a while. They have some worth. They have some value. They continue to increase in worth. They continue to increase in value. I can't get rid of these. I just can't. I don't have a place to store them, but I'm going to get a storage unit soon so I can put them there, and then they'll be safe. And then maybe when I pass away, somebody will do something with them. But the fact of the matter is, oftentimes, when you pass away, the things that have value to you don't have value to the people that you leave behind. Old letters. I remember my sweetheart was in the military. He was in the military. He'd send me letters 30 years ago. And I hold on to those letters because I want to remember. There's nothing wrong with that if you have space to store them. But if they're piled up in a corner somewhere and they're not being treated with respect, what kind of respect are you giving the memory? But I can't get rid of that. Don't ask me to. I have to hold on to it. Greeting cards. You know, back in the day when we were fully in Babylon and we sent greeting cards for every conceivable purpose under heaven, they do collect, don't they? Back in the day, I bought a big basket, a big wicker basket. And because I didn't know what to do with all these cards people would always send, I would read them and then stick them in the basket. It was a really pretty basket, and it served the purpose. I had it in a corner of the room, and I would just stick the card in there. Every time someone would send a new card, I would put that in there. Eventually, the basket got so full that it wouldn't hold any more cards. Eventually, I threw it away. I had to. It wasn't serving any useful purpose. The purpose of the card was to convey a memory, to convey a thought, to convey love, or to celebrate some holiday, which we no longer do. Do we need to save every card that we've ever been given? I say no. It creates clutter. But some people say, don't ask me to give away these cards. I have them. I need them. They serve a purpose for me. Some people still have our high school paraphernalia, our high school ring. I mean, you're 90 years old now. I'm exaggerating, of course. You may only be 70, but you get all your high school stuff. Maybe you're a cheerleader. You still got your pom-poms. You still got your high school ring. You got your yearbook. And you got all that stuff. And it's collecting dust in your house. But don't ask you to get rid of it because it's got good memories. Nothing wrong with having things that have memories, but are you able to store it properly? If not, you might consider getting rid of it. But that's between you and the Most High. Oh, your baby's bronze shoes. Oh, when he was just a wee little babe, I had his little shoes bronzed. And I had all my children's shoes bronzed. And I still hold on to those memories. And I have those shoes. They're in a corner somewhere, collecting dust. And I'm not treating them with any kind of respect as if it's a real valuable item to me. But I'm going to hold on to it because I feel like I have to. What else? Oh, his old toys. Now, he's 50 now, but I have to hold on to his old toys because I remember when he was little. Oh, I remember when she was a little girl. And I hold on to these toys to remember as if I couldn't remember them without the items. But we hold on. Don't ask me to get rid of that. It's precious to me. It's okay as long as you have a way to store it properly. Oh, and their old clothes. Oh, the baby clothes. Oh, the baby clothes. You're past bearing, but you still hold on to these things. You hold on because you want to remember. Nothing wrong with remembering as long as you're able to properly store them without clutter. Why we hold on to clutter. Number 4, heaping to ourselves things in order to define us, and give us worth and value. I need that. I don't just want it. I need it. I need it because of what it says about me. I need it. Some of you stopped wearing makeup. Some of you still do. That's between you and the Most High. You stopped wearing it, but you haven't gotten rid of it yet. I need it. Maybe one day I'll be going out and maybe I'll need to put on a little bit of eyeliner just to make myself look better. I may need a little bit of rouge. So you hold on to it. I stopped wearing makeup, gosh, many years ago. And you know when I got rid of the makeup in my house? At the end of last year. It was sitting in my bathroom. And one day Abba said, "Why do you still have that?" And I thought, I don't know. I don't know why I still have it. So I went through all my drawers and went through I had a makeup thing in front of my mirror and I got rid of it. I just threw it in the trash. And I was like, I don't know why I held on to it so long. Maybe I was thinking that maybe one day Abba will say, "Darling daughter, you're about to go out. Maybe you need to look good. Put on some eyeliner." Mm-mm. He's not going to do that. If you holding on to your old makeup, thinking that Abba's going to let you wear it, get rid of it. It's the way of the heathen. Get rid of it. Oh, maybe you were a football aholic. Maybe you were a jock in high school. Maybe you were an athlete and you still have all of your old paraphernalia, your old helmet, maybe your old uniform, and all the things that you had that has such good memories for you. And as long as you're storing it properly, there's nothing wrong with holding on to these things as long as Abba allows you to do so. But are you storing it properly? Do you need it to serve your identity? Do you have to show it to everybody who comes over? Hey, back in the day, I was quarterback. I was a linebacker. I was a running back. Let me show you. Let me show you all my paraphernalia. That's inordinate. It's inordinate affection. It's not of Abba. Our wedding dresses. Most of us got married in Babylon, and we got our wedding dresses. Some of us had them preserved and put away. I'm not telling you what to do with your wedding dress. That's between you and Abba. But are you storing it properly? Or is it in a corner somewhere? Do you really need it? It's a question to take to your father. Some of you served in the military and you're no longer a part of it. And you still have all of those things that you once used and once had that represent your time in the military. You're no longer there, but you have all of these paraphernalia. And they serve to help to foster your sense of identity for that time in your life. And you take great pride in it. And no one can tell you anything about whether to keep it or whether to get rid of it. That's between you and the Most High, as I said before. But some of you are not storing these things in a way that gives honor to the fact that you hold this thing dear. If it's in a box somewhere and you never think about it until It's time to boast about it. Is it something that you really need? Consult ABBA. Dresses, fancy dresses in your closet, things that you used to wear. Maybe they fit you, maybe they don't, but they're not indicative of who you are anymore. And you would never wear them again because you're like, well, I don't dress like this anymore. It's hard for you to get rid of these things because once we possess possessions, eventually the possessions possess us. And we find that it's difficult to get rid of things because the things have us. Do you need them? Do you need to hold on to them? Some of you, back in the day, you used to listen to all of the rap and the R&B and all of these things, and you may still have your collection. You still may have it on your phone. You still may have CDs and cassette tapes and maybe even records, and you still may have these things. And even though you know that Abba would not want you listening to these things, you still have them in your house because it's difficult to part with them. I can't get rid of that. That's a part of my memory. I found I had these things. I used to listen to these things. They may have some value anyway. I don't want to get rid of that. These are all things of the world. Why do we need them in our houses? Number 5, and we've already kind of leaned into this one a little bit. Idolatry. I love that. I can't get rid of it. I love it. I love it. It means so much to me. I can't get rid of it. Once again, the jewelry. I love it. I know I don't wear it. No, I don't really express myself in those ways anymore, but it's expensive. I pay a lot of money for it. I love it. I can't get rid of it. Don't ask me to. Maybe you're a stamp collector. Maybe you've ceased collecting stamps, but you see the value in it and you've got to hold on to it just in case one day you decide to sell them and make a lot of money. Well, let that day be today. If you're really preparing to get out of Babylon, it seems to me it might be a good time to start selling those things that you think have worth and value. So if you've got a stamp collection that's worth a lot of money, maybe you might want to think about selling it and cashing out. Because remember, we're preparing to leave Babylon, right? You can't have a house full of stuff and say you're ready to go. Ready to go. You can't. Papa wants us to clean house before we go. Sports memorabilia. Maybe you're a big fan and you've got things and you've got signatures and it means a lot to you because you used to go to all the games. You've got all the stuff that your favorite team's ever done. It means a lot. You love it. You love it. It's a part of your identity, your team, your favorite team. Are you storing these things as idols? Only you and Abba know. Once again, a record collection. Some of you have taken to storing records. I've been storing records since I was 15 years old, and I've got every record by such and such of artist or whatever. I can't let those things go. I can't. Idols. Comic books. Some of you love them. This is just paper and ink. That's all it is. But people go hither and yon to get these things and to take care of these things and to put them in special bags and to spend all of this money trying to preserve paper and ink. Some of you have hobbies or have had hobbies in the past, things that you've engaged in the past, before you came into the awakening, before you came into truth. And some of those hobbies were not Kadash. They were not Kadash hobbies. They were not. Are you holding on to the vestiges of the past? Are you holding on to what you used to be? Are you allowing Abba to bring you fully into what he is making you to be? Or are you still holding on to the person you used to be? Maybe you used to be a party girl. Are you still a party girl? If you're not, get rid of anything that would indicate otherwise. Perhaps you're a cigar smoker. This is your hobby. This is not good for the body. This is a sin against the body. Perhaps you used to do it back in the day. Perhaps you still do it. Perhaps you have held on to certain items, certain cigars because, oh, they're worth a lot of money. Oh yeah, Abba's getting all up in our business today because he insists on our righteousness. He doesn't want our own fake righteousness, which is his filthy rags. He insists on legitimate righteousness. And you cannot say that you belong to Abba and hold on to these things. You should not have these things in your house. Maybe some of you are coin collectors and you've been collecting coins for years because they have worth and value. And you say, oh, I love these. I can't get rid of that. Like I said, maybe now is a good time to cash out. Okay. We must have no other Elohim above our Father. None. Vases, as they say. Maybe they're expensive. Maybe you go to great expense to store them and keep them, take care of them because they have worth and value. Nothing wrong with that. But now may be a good time, like I said, to cash out because we're getting ready to go. Remember? We're getting ready to go. It's time to stop treating as precious the things of Babylon. It's time to clear the clutter, family. And in this series, we're going to be talking about clearing the clutter in many areas of our lives. But today, we're talking about clearing the clutter from our homes because this is our space. This is the place where we lay our heads. This is the place where we take our meals. This is the place where we pray unto Abba. And the energy, the flow of your houses is affected by the stuff you've got in it. It's affected. It's time to do whatever you've got to do to clear out the clutter. It's time to realize that sometimes we think that we possess the possessions, but the possessions possess us. Go through your things. Create a keep pile for things that you need and a discard pile for things that you do not. And then either discard the things in the trash or discard the things to donate if they're good enough to donate for people who may actually need them. Sometimes another person's blessing is in your house. So it's time to clean house, family. If we're truly ready to go, if we're wrecked to go, we should be going through our house and getting ready, really getting ready, paring down, cleaning, going through things, and getting rid of what we don't need because we need to travel lean. And even as we are still here waiting for Abba to stretch out his hand to gather us, we need to live lean. Now we're going to go to the scriptures. We have allowed psychology to speak, and now we want Abba to speak through his word. Luke chapter 12. Then one from the crowd said to him, Yahushua, Teacher, tell my brother to divide the inheritance with me. But he said to him, Man, who made me a judge or an arbiter over you? And he said to them, Take heed and beware of covetousness. And this is what we've been talking about, family. Covetousness. For one's life does not consist in the abundance of the things he possesses. Then he spoke a parable to them, saying, The ground of a certain rich man yielded plentifully, and he thought within himself, saying, What shall I do, since I have no room to store my crops? Think about this. This man has abundance, and he doesn't have space. And at this time, he can't call clutter.com, or he can't rent a storage unit for his excess. So this is what he says. He says, I've got this small barn, and my barn is filled to overflowing. It's filled to the rafters. I know what I'll do. I won't share my resources. I'll build a bigger barn. And this is what we do. We have possessions in our home, and we say, I know what I'll do. I'll get a storage unit. then I can store my things. But this is what Yahusha said. So he said, I will do this, and I will pull down my barns and build greater or bigger barns. And there I will store all my crops and all my goods. And I will say to my soul, Soul, you have many goods laid up for many years. Take your ease, eat, drink, and be merry. But YAHUAH said to him, Fool, this night your soul will be required of you. Then whose will these things be which you have provided? This is something we need to think about. The things that we treat as precious in our lives, oftentimes, I'm telling you, I have seen it. When people pass away, these things that were precious to us, they're not precious to people you leave behind. The first thing that happens is if they have any worth and value, they are sold and the money divided among the people who are left behind. And if they don't have worth and value, they often will end up in the trash. So you're spending all of your time and energy and effort to maintain things that, if you pass away on this side, will end up in the trash or sold. It's idolatry, it's covetousness, and it's got to stop for all of us. This is the word of YAHUAH to us. Verse 21. So is he who lays up treasure for himself and is not rich toward YAHUAH. If we are to heap up anything in this world, we are to heap up wisdom, heap up knowledge, heap up understanding, heap up the presence of the Most High YAHUAH in us, heap up time spent in Abba's presence. Those are the true things that we are to place our time and effort and energy toward. Not the things of Babylon. They have no lasting worth and value. None. Come out from among her, my people, and be ye separate, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you, saith the Most High YAHUAH. But this is what Babylon considers wealth. Fine gold, silver, cars, houses, lands, expensive vacations, expensive clothing. These things are temporal and they will pass away. But a soul and a heart that has been surrendered to the Most High YAHUAH has eternal rewards. The rewards that Abba gives are eternal. Yochanan chapter 2. Do not love the world or the things in the world. If anyone loves the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Hear me, family. If anyone loves the world and the things in the world, the love of the Father is not in him. For all that is in the world, the lust, the epithumia of the flesh, of the sarx, the lust, the epithumia of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. We're going to look up epithumia. Epithumia in the Greek, it means desire, lust, longing for, an eagerness, an inordinate desire for. Now, it can mean physically, as in for a man or for a woman, but it could also mean for things. I've got to have it. And every time you watch a television commercial, they are trying to stir up epithumia in you. They're trying to stir up lust and a desire and a longing for things. This runs contrary to the Most High YAHUAH. It is a longing, especially for that which is forbidden, or at least not within your reach. You're reaching for something that's beyond you. And that is what they're trying to foster in you, a desire to reach and long and be willing to spend whatever you need to spend to travel over valley, hill, and dale in order to get these things and bring them into your home so they can sit and collect dust. Sarx, the flesh. It is the flesh, the body, human nature, or materiality. Okay? It is a symbol or symbolized as the body opposed to the soul, or a symbol of what is external. But the flesh, your physical existence, your physical being, your ability to operate and be seen in the world, your flesh, okay? Your desires, your mind. These things come to attack and attach itself to your flesh so that your flesh can act contrary to the ruach. Because remember, the flesh and the ruach within, they're contrary to one another. They fight, they're opposed. They're opposed to one another. And there are people out there who are trying to stir up your lust against the flesh. And you sit and you listen. And you not only sit and you listen, you then say, okay, I'll buy that. It's time to stop. It's time to stop. The lust, the epithumia of the eyes, which is yearning to possess the things that we see. We saw it on TikTok. I saw it on TikTok. I got to have it. Oh, I went to Amazon to buy something I actually need. And then they showed me something I didn't need. Oh, I got to have it because I saw it. I got to have it. It's cute. It's clever. I got to have it. And the pride, the alazunia of life, bios, which is desiring to live as those in the world live, determining our success by the possessions that we have and our status in the world. This is what Abba is speaking to here. We are operating according to the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. This is not of the Father, but of the world. And the world is passing away, and the lust of it. But he who does the will of YAHUAH abides forever. The gifts that Abba gives are eternal. Alazonia. It means boastful arrogance and pride. Arrogant display, ostentation. Look at what I have. Look at what I drive. Look at my house. Look at my possessions. Look at my collections. Look at what I have. The pride of life. This is of the world. This is how the world does it. One of the first things that people ask in the world when they meet you is, what do you do for a living? Because this is something they boast in. If you say you're a garbage man, they will look down on you, even though you're able to earn a living for your family. It's the pride of life. It's the, I'm a corporate CEO. I work in corporate America. I'm a professional. I have a master's degree in business. I went to Yale. I went to Harvard. Therefore, I am smart. No. True wisdom is seeking after the Most High Yahuwah. Bios, life, the pride of life, the pride of your livelihood, the pride of your manner of life, the pride of the state that you find yourself in by the actions that you engage in. So they boast in their livelihood. So you all think this stuff is new. It's not new. Abba spoke to this a long time ago. It's not new. There's nothing new under the sun. We keep repeating the same old patterns over and over and over again. That's what we do. It's time to stop because we're preparing to go home, remember? There's no time to boast in our possessions when we're supposed to be packing up and getting ready to go. We've got to go through our homes and get rid of everything that Abba points his finger at. That's our assignment. Hallelujah. Once again, verse 17. And the world is passing away, and the lusts of it. But he who does the will of YAHUAH abides forever. Forever. Eternal life. This is what Abba gives. The world can't give you eternal life. And those things that you are holding on to, they will one day pass away. They can be broken. They can be torn. They can be burned. They can be smashed. But eternal life can't be taken away. Not by anyone. Only the one who gave it. Galatians 5. And I say that. Walk. Peripateo. Walk in the ruach, haruach, and you shall not fulfill teleo, the lust of the epithumian, which is just flesh, which is lust in the plural, epithumian, of the sarx. And the flesh lusts against haruach, and HaRuach against the flesh, the sarks. And these are contrary, opposed, opposite to one another, so that you do not do the things that you intend to do. But if you are led, the Greek word here is ago. If you are led by HaRuach, you are not under the penalty of the law. You're not. If you're led by HaRuach, because HaRuach is a law unto himself, he guides you in truth, and he causes you to do those things that are consistent with the Torah of the Most High YAHUAH. Peripateo, walk. It is the way that we conduct ourselves, the way that we live. When you conduct yourself, when you walk day by day, and you conduct yourself in accordance with HaRuach, being led and guided by what Abba is saying to you, what he has told you in his word, and what he is speaking in your hearing, you will not fall prey to the lust of the flesh. The two are opposite. They're opposed to one another. Teleo, you will fulfill the will of the Father. This word teleo in the Greek is to complete, to finish, to fulfill, or to accomplish. You will accomplish the will of the Father for your life. You will accomplish the Torah. You will accomplish what Abba desires when you are led by HaRuach and not by Madison Avenue. Hallelujah. Once again, verse 18. But if you are led, ago, by HaRuach, you are not under the penalty of the Torah. Not under penalty. This Greek word ago is to lead, bring, carry, guide, the way a person would lead an animal. If you put a leash around a dog's neck and you take that dog for a walk, you are guiding that dog. Sometimes it feels like the dog is guiding you. Or you put a rope around a horse's neck and you're guiding this horse. You are in charge. HaRuach is supposed to be in charge and guiding you where he desires for you to go, not the other way around. That is how we must live. We must live being guided, not allowing ourselves to be led by others, telling us what we need. No, you need this. No, I don't. Get off my front porch. Stop allowing people to knock on the door of your heart and convince you that you need things that you don't need. Every time you watch a commercial or entertain those things, you're allowing that to happen. And if you notice the commercials, the ads are everywhere. They're everywhere. They don't just want your money, they want your heart. They want to capture your imagination and get you caught up in what they think you need to be thinking and feeling and acting. It's another form of slavery, plain and simple. Don't be led around by a leash, on a leash by Babylon. Be led by the older oxen. Be yoked to Mashiach and let him lead you and guide you into all truth. Hallelujah. Luke 12. Then he, Yahusha, said to his Lamudim, disciples, therefore, I say to you, do not worry about your life. Hear your master speaking to you, brothers and sisters. Hear him speaking. Do not worry about your life, what you will eat, nor about the body, what you will put on. Life is more than food, and the body is more than clothing. Consider the ravens, for they neither reap nor sow, and neither have they storehouses or storage units or a 1-800 got junk. They don't have barns, and Yahuwah feeds them. Oh, how much more value are you than the birds? And which of you, by worrying, can add 1 cubit to his stature, to his height? What can worrying do for you? Nothing. If you then are not able to do the least, why are you anxious for the rest? Consider the lilies, how they grow. They neither toil nor spin. Yet I say to you, even Shalama, Solomon, in all of his glory, his kabod, was not arrayed like one of these. If then Yahuwah so clothes the grass, which is today in the field and tomorrow thrown into the oven, how much more will he clothe you, O you of little amunah, and do not seek what you should eat or what you should drink, nor have an anxious mind. For all of these things, the nations, the Gentiles, the Babylonians of the world seek after. And your Father knows that you have need of these things. But seek the kingdom of YAHUAH, and all of these things will be added unto you. Do not fear, little flock, for it is your Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom. Sell what you have and give alms. You hear that? Sell what you have and give alms. Not sell what you have and pocket it. Sell what you have and give it away. So another way of doing that, donate. Don't even go through the bother of selling. Donate it. Give it away. Give it to those who have need. And provide yourselves money bags which do not grow old, a treasure in the heavens that does not fail, where no thief approaches nor moth destroys. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. Where is your treasure? Is it in a storage unit? Is it in a room in a corner somewhere? Is it in a collection? Where's your treasure? Where is your treasure? Because wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. Your treasure in your heart should be in the heavenly realms, stored in our Mashiach. That's where your treasure should be. All praises to the Most High. Halal Yahuwah. This is one of those messages that requires a response. We each have to search our own hearts and our own minds to determine in what ways are we engaging in idolatry and covetousness by the things that we are holding on to in our homes. And as I said, this is just the beginning of this series. There are many other ways in which we are holding on to clutter in our minds, in our hearts, in our relationships, in our finances. And Abba's going to bring it all out. And I thank him for this. Because we need it. Because we really need to be made ready to go. And when we are ready, when the wheat in the field is ready to be harvested, Abba will not allow it to be in the field 1 second longer than it has to be. We must prepare to meet the bridegroom. All praises to the Most High. All praises. This is where I leave you, brothers and sisters. I leave you to your Father. And you must enter into his presence and ask him to show you in which ways and how many ways, maybe a myriad of ways, this lesson applies to you. What are you holding on to? What are you clutching? What do you hold dear above the Most High Yahuwah? Where are your idols? I want to challenge you with this assignment. I want you to spend what is left of the summer, and I want you to go through the rooms of your home, and I want you to allow the Most High Yahuwah to show you the ways in which you are heaping and hoarding in Babylon, the ways in which you are holding on to things that you have no need of, the ways in which you are depending upon your possessions to be your security blanket, when your possessions are really possessing you. Are you really ready to leave Babylon? Are you really ready to go? As some have said, many have said, when we're ready to go, Abba will come and get us. But he's telling us to pare down, go through your things and get rid of those things that you don't have need of. He has told us to store away supplies for the days to come. That must remain. But anything beyond that you don't have need of, and Abba has not told you to hold on to, ask him, should this go to the rubbish, or should this go to someone in need? I want to challenge you to go through your things and pare down, get lean, get rid of your idols in Abba's presence. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for joining me once again on the channel and for this teaching. And please be on the lookout for others in this series of our Sister Chat Walking Kadash series, where we're talking about decluttering our lives as we prepare to go home, as we prepare to meet the bridegroom. There are many other areas of life that we are holding on to things and we are cluttering up our minds, our hearts, our souls, our lives, our homes, our finances, our time. We're going to be talking about these things and more as Abba gives voice to his desire for us at this time. May the Most High YAHUAH Baruch and keep you, brothers and sisters, bless and keep you. May he make his face to shine upon you and be gracious unto you. And may he lift up his countenance upon you and grant you shalom, peace, in every area of life. And as you purge, as you go through your things, and as you purge and get rid of those things that don't serve you, I pray that Yahuwah would be with you. And I pray that he would grant you a barakah and a lightness and a lifting of the burdens that you may have carried. Who knows whether or not some of you who have been so burdened are burdened because of all the things you possess in your home. Your possessions have been possessing you. It's time to give them the boot. Those things that Abba says must go, must go. All praises to the Most High YAHUAH. Until next time, brothers and sisters, shalom, 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 shalom.